Hello, students. Mr. Keister here with you again today. As you can see behind me here, as I step aside, there I am. Hello. This is not a regular lesson. In fact, I believe I've completed all of those. And so today I just wanted to spend a little time with you to close up our spring semester for 2020 and close up our school year in general. Wanted to say a few things to you that normally I don't know if I'd have had time to do that uh, if we had been in school, because this time of year we would have been so busy with uh, finishing up our lessons, uh, semester reviews and binders, and getting ready for finals and all that good stuff. And we're so busy that time of the year. I really probably wouldn't have normally had time to do this. And so I'm kind of thankful I'm able to do this for you guys today. The first thing I want to look at is the lessons and labs that we did not get to in Unit 12. I don't know if all you guys actually realize this, but between, of course, this pandemic, virus outbreak, and all that, as well as some other things, we lost 22 teaching days this semester. Instead of our normal 180 for the entire year, we ended up with 158. And so that was tough on me, and as well as I'm sure a lot of your other teachers. Having a dual credit class, Ivy Tech required that we still covered all the course material for this year, regardless of how many teaching days we lost here at the high school, in order for you guys to receive your dual credit. So that was tough. Fortunately, the way I have this course mapped out, both Chem 2 and Honors Chem, I work fairly quickly and cover actually more material than what is required of the course, because I don't base what I teach you guys on just what Ivy Tech requires. I teach you guys based on what I know you need to know going on to the next level of chemistry, whatever that might be. And so luckily for me, it didn't hurt as bad as it could have, or as badly as it probably did for some other teachers. So we were still able to get through everything that we needed to get through, and then some. And so that's good. But we still didn't get to some things that I would have gotten to had we been in school. I did make all of those videos available to you, as well as the handouts, the assignments, the answer keys, etc., etc. So I want to take a quick look at that. Let me unfreeze the screen here. There we go. And let me take a quick look at that. Let's see. This is for Chem 2. So I'm going to scoot. This is actually the videos. So as we look back here at the board, in Chem 2, we were actually able to finish Unit 12.1 in its entirety over chemical kinetics. And then we actually will be able to get through, or we're able to get through, the third lesson from Unit 12.2, which is over chemical equilibrium. That was as far as we would be able to go. Today is actually May the 6th, so we're in the last week of school, and so I think those of you in Chem 2 are ready to begin a Unit 12.2 or close to it. But the rest of the lessons and labs from Unit 12.2 are down here, and they are available to you. The answer keys for all of those lessons and labs are also available to you on the answer key page. Now for honors, of course, we're a few days behind Chem 2, and so for honors, here's the honors page. So honors, you guys are in the process of finishing up Unit 11.2, and right now. And so in honors, we are just going to be able to just get going on, actually, probably end up getting to about half to 2/3 of Unit 12.1 on chemical kinetics. So the rest of Unit 12.1, and then as I advance this, all of Unit 12.2 on equilibrium, we will not have been able to get to due to our loss of days, school days. But again, all of those lessons and lab videos are here for you guys, and the answer keys for those lessons and labs, uh, as well as the papers, are all available to you on my other campus pages. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that those were available to you. And let me tell you, uh, if you are going on in chemistry, whether you guys in Chem 2 are going on to AP, a few of you juniors I know are, or if you're seniors and you're going on to take some chemistry in college, these topics that we were not able to get through are topics that that your college professor or your next level teacher are going to expect that you have seen and covered. And so to make it easier on yourselves, I would just strongly suggest that you take advantage of these as you can. I do not know how long my Canvas homepages are available to you guys once school has ended on May 15th. I do not know that. And so if you, keeping that in the back of your mind, you might want to save these files, these lesson and lab videos and answer keys and papers somewhere so that you have access to them after your ability to access my Canvas pages has expired. So you really might want to keep that in mind. Once they're gone, I assume for you guys, then they're gone. So having said that, let me go back to a home page here. We'll look at that a little later. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was your dual credit. So you guys are all going to receive your dual credit for this, and for you seniors that are heading off to college this fall, you can use that dual credit either as a direct chemistry credit. You can use that as a general science credit, depending on what your degree path is. Or if not, at the very least, you can use it as a general elective credit towards your graduation. Either way, any of those three ways, this credit is going to be beneficial to you. For your juniors and sophomores, of course, if you are going on to AP Chem before you leave Harrison, or if you're done with chemistry until you go to college, the same thing goes for you. All right. This dual credit is helpful towards your degree if you're pursuing an advanced degree here at Harrison, and it certainly is going to be useful to you if you do go to college or once you do go to college. And for those of you whose immediate plans are not to go to college either this year, this fall, or when you graduate, if you're going into the military or going directly into the workforce, just keep in mind that dual credit, just stuff it in your back pocket. You never know when you might need it. I know quite a few people who did not go to college immediately after high school and then ended up later on end up going. And that dual credit is there for you if and when you do that. So just keep that in mind as well. Let's see. And for those of you that are going on into chemistry at some point in your academic careers, again, whether it be AP here or whether in college or both, keep your binders. You will be so glad you did. All right, they're like your own little personal reference book. And when you get to college and things are explained much quicker and maybe not as in much detail as they are here, it'll be nice to have that binder for you to refer back to. Say, oh yeah, I remember doing that, and it'll just make your life a lot easier. Believe me, trust me. on that one. Next thing I want to talk about was e-learning. This e-learning thing, as frustrating as it could be at times, um, as was this whole pandemic thing with interrupting and disrupting our daily lives, not just with school but with life in general. As I think about that and all the negative things that have been talked about regarding e-learning and this situation in general, I gotta say this: uh, it, there were aspects of it that were very, very good for all of us, especially in reflecting back on it. For me personally, it made me appreciate what I lost, and that is the time I got to spend every day with my colleagues here at Harrison, people I teach with, but especially the time I got to spend with you guys every day. I have missed that terribly, and it made me appreciate how much I enjoy coming to work every day and spending my day with you guys. It's I get a little emotional thinking about stuff like that because that's just the kind of person I am. Uh, but it coming in and doing the lesson videos was great. I mean, honestly, did I know I was going to have to learn something brand new at this phase of my career? Absolutely not. But it's been good for me. It's always good to learn new things. And I think, regardless if I had lousy internet at home or not, which I do, my excuse for coming to work every day was my internet was so sketchy at home. If I tried to do my lessons at home, I didn't know if they'd have worked half the time or not. And so that was kind of the excuse I used to come to work every day. But honestly, between you and me, I came to school every day because I wanted to. It gave me a sense of normalcy. And even though you guys weren't here, every lesson I gave, I promise you, I could visualize all you guys sitting out there. Each class individually, I could picture exactly who was where, and that was comforting to me. And so, although I came to school every day because probably I should have, just to be safe in regards to videotaping and making sure it worked properly. In reality, I couldn't sit at home all this time. Uh, it I just could. Uh, my habit is to be right here, and that's where I wanted to be, and so that's why I came. That's why I really came every day. But like I said, learning new technologies and new things that e-learning forced me to do has been good for me overall. It really has. No way would I have been able to do this. I had a lot of help from Mr. Shaw and from Mr. Jackson too, who are much more technologically inclined than I am, and they were a huge help to me. And so I was able to learn something I never thought I would. Um, I think another thing that this really brought home for me, and hopefully for you guys too, is understanding the importance of self-reliance and self-motivation. Um, this was a big one. This was an eye-opener, I think. Uh, Understanding to be responsible for yourself, all right? Uh, Being responsible for your work ethic each and every day. When someone's not standing over you, like I am in class every day, saying, okay, here's our lesson, pay attention. Here's your homework, make sure you do it. And when you came in the next day, turning that homework in before the bell rang. All those things were drilled into you, all right? And you did great by coming to school every day. But when you're not here, there's no one standing over your head to make you do all that stuff. And so all of a sudden you become very self-reliant, you know, and I know some of you struggled with that. Who didn't? I did. Um, did I get up at 2:45 a.m. every morning? If I'm being honest, the answer to that is no. Um, And did I spend all the time grading that I normally do? And again, the answer to that is no. So I understand uh, that it can be very difficult to depend only on yourself as far as doing what needs to be done each and every day. And so I hope that you have learned through this to become more self reliant. In other words, to become more responsible for yourself, to become better at managing your time, to become better at prioritizing things. Believe me, those skills are crucial. They are so important as you get older and move on to college or the military or the workforce directly, whatever it is you're going to do. Um, these skills are important to your success, extremely important. I can't stress that enough. And so, if you have struggled with that, I hope, or even if you haven't, I hope that this whole e learning experience has helped you to come to the realization that, hey, I've got to, who do I have in the end to really rely upon? And the first answer to that is yourself. All right. And the older you get, the more you'll see that that is true. Um, I want to refer to something here that I don't know if you guys ever read this or not on my homepage, but it's near the bottom of my homepage. And that is right here. Always remember this. Everyone has been gifted with a certain amount of intellectual ability. All right? No matter how little or how great. Regardless of how much intelligence you may or may not have, everyone can minimize or maximize that amount of intelligence. It's up to you. It's up to all of us. A strong work ethic and giving everything you have to every task that is given to you is so much more important than natural intellectual ability. All right. So to me, intelligent and smart have two completely different meanings. Someone who's intelligent may not be very smart, and someone who may be considered not all that intelligent may be very, very smart. And believe me, I have seen that in people and in myself numerous times over the years. All right. A person who utilizes what intelligence they have to its maximum potential, now that's smart. That's really smart. A person who doesn't do that, regardless of how intelligent they are naturally, is not very smart at all. Remember that. Okay, remember that. I don't know how many of you realize this, but I haven't been teaching all my life. I've been teaching 24 years. And at the age I am, that means I did something else before. Well, I was a restaurant manager for 16 years. All right. And so I have dealt with people not only in the classroom setting, but in the business world. And believe me, the things that we've just been talking about here, using your intelligence to the best of your ability, being smart, all right, which has nothing to do with intelligence. It's how you use what you got, all right? Having a good work ethic, being responsible for yourself, being helpful to others, being able to manage your time, giving it your best every day. Those are the kinds of skills that are going to get you ahead in life. Believe me, all right? Like I said, I was in the business world for 16 years, and you knew immediately upon hiring someone within 2 days what kind of person and what kind of worker they really were. All right. And like I said, not only in the workforce, but in the classroom, some of my greatest students and workers, I venture to say, were not always extremely intellectually gifted. All right. Sometimes they were, and sometimes they definitely were not. All right. It's all about what you got in here and what you have to give to others. I wanted to make sure I said that. So let's see. As I get to the end of this little speech here, what I had hoped to accomplish with you guys this year. Well, that kind of explained here on my homepage too. You know, my job as your teacher is not only to teach you as much as I can about chemistry and get you ready for the next level of chemistry, whatever that might be, but my job is much more than that to me. All right. I want you to expand your base of knowledge. I hope that you used your brain more this year than what you were before. All right. I want you to learn to pay attention to detail, to explain how you arrived at your answers completely and thoroughly. You know, I was big on that. So that it leaves no doubt as to your train of thought. I wanted you to learn not only to be a better student, but a better colleague. All right. I wanted you to learn to work together in lab as a team in order to accomplish a common goal. I wanted you to learn how to study in ways that would allow you to not only retain information for a test, but to retain it for later use. And not only later in this course or other advanced chemistry courses, but for all courses. I wanted you to learn to be a better student overall, a more complete student. And finally, I wanted you to learn to be a better person. We can all be better people, believe me, myself included. I had my days where I was pretty good at that, and I had my days where I wasn't. And I know that. And for those days, I'm sorry. But I want you guys to understand that being a good person is just so much more important in the big scheme of things than being a good student, right? Being a good person is so much more important. All right, it really is. Uh, uh, a person who cares for other people, a person who's kind, helpful, friendly, encouraging. Those things that are being talked about on the news now every day. You know, what type of people are standing out in this pandemic are those who are given all they have for others. And that has just brought home to me things that I've thought about all along, but things that really weren't to the forefront of my mind until something like this happens. All right. And so that's what it's all about. That's what life's really all about. All right. We're here, I believe, to serve others. All right. We are. Um, if I've helped you to do any of those things this year, then I consider my job this year as having been accomplished. And I hope it was. And the last thing I want to say before I sign off here is I didn't get to say goodbye to you guys. And I remember the last day of school we had, which was the 13th of March, I believe. And we knew we weren't coming back on Monday, but we didn't really know what was going to happen. I think all of us at that time assumed that this was a temporary thing. We didn't realize the severity of it. And so we thought, well, we'll see you again in a few weeks. And I did actually hug a few of you goodbye that day in jest. Actually, I think we thought it was kind of funny. Well, in case I don't see you, have a great year and all that. But I think at the time, nobody really thought that what ended up happening was really going to. And so I missed the fact that I was able to say goodbye to all of you. All I want you to know is this. Every one of you, each and every one of you impacted my life in a positive way this year. You did. And as I have been here teaching you remotely this last several months, I think about that a lot. Like I said, I picture you all here every time I give a lesson, and I miss you. All right, I've missed seeing you. I've missed interacting with you. I've missed teaching you. I've missed laughing with you. Uh, Silly things that happen every day. Um, I've missed all that, and I just want you to know that even though I haven't seen you uh, in person this last couple months, I have seen you in my mind, and I have seen you right here in my heart. And I just want you to know that. Um, I hope that the summer brings good things for you. I hope things improve for all of us so that we can get things back to normal the way they used to be, maybe with some changes, but at least in general the way they used to be. And for you seniors, I feel so badly for you about things you lost, but don't dwell on those, please. You got a bright future ahead of you, all of you do, and just keep going, keep following your path, keep working hard, and just keep moving forward. All right. Um, we will all become better people, I think, as a result of this deal. And for those of you that are coming back next year, um, I pray that we will be coming back in August. But at this point, well, we don't know. I assume we will. I'm hoping we will. And if and when we do, I plan on being here to welcome you back. That's the last thing I really wanted to say. I don't know if most of you knew this or any of you knew this or not, but I've been planning to retire for the last several years. When I became eligible, and up to about 3 months ago, it was probably 80% chance that this would have been my last year. But things have changed in the last 3 months, and right now, as it stands, I'm saying there's probably about an 80% chance I'm going to be back. And so, if indeed that is true, for those of you that I had this year as sophomores or juniors, I look forward to seeing you this fall. But in any case, I wish everyone well. Have a great summer. Keep working. Got a little bit more time left to keep going and finishing up this semester as strongly as you can. And know that in the right here in the bottom of my heart, that I miss you guys. I wish you the best, and take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be kind to others. Be of service to those that are in need, and just remember that God loves you, and so do I. You guys take care, and we'll see you.